Hey guys, Matt Wieteha here with my cousin Ethan Harrell, and we are back on Lake Rosseau. Lake Pennywort was absolutely terrible yesterday. I don't know. Everyone says it's the best lake around. I don't think so. I think Rosseau looks, sets up, and fishes a lot better, but that's just me. But we had like 17 pounds in 4 hours on Friday, of course, or Thursday, Thanksgiving. We didn't get that on film, of course. I didn't have my GoPro stuff set up. Then, of course, we go to Pennywort, and it's absolutely terrible. And we got the GoPro rolling. But today, we're gonna make up for it. I mean, look at the weather. It's kind of like that cool, gloomy weather. I don't know. Those days can be really, really good. So, and I think these fish are like in their fall pattern up here. I don't think they're like Okeechobee where they're even close to thinking about spawning. I think that's at least another month away for them. But I mean, the water temp is 72. That's like perfect. I think we're gonna catch them up today. Goal is 20 pounds, but I mean the ultimate goal is 30, right?
Yeah, we made a bet. Whoever catches the 10-pounder, I think we're supposed to jump in the water. Goal is closed.
Whoever catches a 10-pounder. So wait, if I catch a 10, I jump in the water?
No.
Or you jump in the water? Okay, no, I'll go with that bet.
So.
If the water's cold too, so I really hope you don't catch a 10.
And fully closed, so it's gonna be bad.
He's just asking for hypothermia. Has no spare clothes, just, all right, whatever. Let's go fishing.
Recording again. Back at it again. Got one.
Yeah, real. You got one. He's tiny. Oh my God, he's the smallest bass ever caught.
Oh my gosh.
Show the camera that. Ethan finally got one.
Finally?
It's about as small as him.
Yeah. That guy's so tiny.
Probably even felt that thing.
Oh, I felt it good.
I went pop pop.
Yeah.
Put your foot down on it. To the right more. Now put your foot on that button on top there on the left. And hold on. Sounds like you're at a freaking tailgate. Boca Lake. Oh, I do have one. I caught one. I swear to God. Right when you went dark and I couldn't hear you, I got bit. Thank you so much.
Matthew,
Yeah.
you ever keep small bass if you're doing really bad in the tournament?
Yeah, no, every fish that's over 12 inches, you keep it. Doesn't matter how good the lake is, you always keep the fish. Never know.
Have people won by like centimeters?
Oh yeah. Ounces. They're over there by that palmetto tree.
Okay. Got him.
Got one? Uh-oh. Bike on?
No, he's on.
There you go. I told you to throw it by that palmetto tree. All right. told Ethan to throw me there by a little palmetto tree. You got one. You're throwing a worm. Show him what worm you're throwing.
Hook out first.
Gambler burn a worm.
Throwing a little action worm.
Burn a worm.
Burn a worm.
Not action worm. Come on. Come on, Guggen.
Yeah, because I had a 13 fishing reel and 13 fishing rod because I got a combo because that was my first ever reel and rod. So yeah, now I saw the same reel and got a falcon rod. A little better, a little more heavier because mine was a light and I'm pretty sure this one's a light. Let me check, hold on.
Medium light.
Medium light.
Still too soft. That ain't pretty big. I still got it. Oh my god, little guy. They're shrinking in here.
I know.
Honey hole from the other day is not paying off. Alright, hit the button.
Hit what button?
The top button.
Maybe I need to change the color of the worm.
Yeah. I only got one.
That's a good one.
It would be in here. Yeah, it's a little guy.
2.
Pound? No, pound and a half.
2. Nice. Jeez. Oh, he's black too.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of fish in this one. There we go, guys. That's what we came to Rosseau for. I sat here and I frogged this mat for like 10 minutes probably. And I flipped in there and she ate it right as soon as it went under it. And that's right where I put the frog, so.
You want to put the live well?
Yeah, I'll put him in the well for pictures later, but it's a nice 4.5. Oh, it was a gas yesterday. Right there. Not in the good stuff yet. Oh, son! Oh, son! Oh, son, you got one! You got 3 today. That's 3 more than both days combined. I'll give you a heavier sinker.
What is it?
All I had to do is give you a heavier sinker. I feel like that lighter one, you weren't keeping it on the bottom as much.
Yeah.
You can't feel nothing either. That sucks. You're pulling a worm and you can't even feel it. Show it to the camera. That's running.
There's one right there. Just cut it.
Man, they're getting bigger, son.
Bigger and bigger.
Wow, disrespect the bass. You just throw them in like that.
You have thrown bass
I'm kidding.
across like the whole
No, I
world.
haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, you MLF, okay.
And when you hook set bass, you make them fly
Oh,
across
well,
the
that's
boat.
part of that. Yeah, that's part of the. Oh, my poles are still up. That's part of the hazard of the job. Bass's purpose in life is to get jacked in the hook by me.
Sure. Funny thing is, I didn't even feel him. I was just trying to reel my bait in.
It do be like that sometimes. Oh, hold on.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse you, sir. This is a good stretch from yesterday.
Yeah.
This is my punching setup as of now. Shimano Corrado K 200XG 8-to-1 drag locked all the way down and everything opened up as far as it'll go. Rod Senko 6 FP 936 MHX. This is a 7'9". It's a 6-power, yeah, 6-power rod. So it's pretty, I mean, in layman's terms, it's probably an extra heavy. I mean, it's got some backbone, but it's got just enough tip where you can feel those bites. Flipping 1.5 ounce arc tungsten, just a 6-cent bobber stop, snell knot to a Hayabusa straight shank FPP HD. And this is just Gambler burner crawl, back at you color, probably the best color ever made for punching in Florida. I bite the head section off or chop it off, whatever. Hook up a little bit there. Slide over the keeper. And yes, I'm listening to music. Bingo. And you know, there's a lot of talk about knots. So snell, do I not snell? Honestly, it seems when I try and test out the no snell, it does not work out for me. I lose a lot of fish. The snell is the deal, at least for me. But you gotta have a different hook set. You can't have a sharp, violent hook set. You gotta kind of like feel them and pull into them really, really hard. The more you do that versus setting the hook, you know, with a little bit of slack or just big whippy hook sets, I feel like you lose them a lot, especially with the snell knot. But I mean, this deal, it works. You know, when you go through that mat and you feel them and they're just sitting there like just kind of pecking on it, just hold it and wait for them to pull you down, and then you can set the hook, because that lets the snell knot do its thing. You know, I think it needs a little bit of time and a little bit of movement for the weight to try and go through the fish's mouth and for it to catch and flip up and go through the plastic, go into their mouth. I mean, it's a lot going on, but it does work. I mean, basically, but like I was saying, they eat it right up under the mat, let them take it down so you can get that good full hook stick. I think when they eat it under the mat, and even if you do get a hook in them, you're immediately pulling their head out of the mat, and they either come out or they jump or they just start doing a bunch of crazy stuff, and you get slack and you lose them because you probably don't have a good hook in them to begin with. But if you know, when you're getting that bite, when you flip through there, it goes all the way down to the bottom of the mat, you click over and there she is, then you just pull. And that's when this is at its best. That's when you'll catch 90% of everything that bites. When they're eating it under the mat, you got to have the patience for them to let them take the bait down. So I think they just need to get it in their mouth a little bit more. Because I mean, if they have it like this, they're done for. If they have the whole thing in their mouth, those violent hook sets are going to blow their mouth open. When you just barely do a hard pull, I feel like it slides past their teeth, and then that whole hook snell deal does its thing. All right, let's catch like an 8-pounder like right now. Okay, Ethan, he's sleeping. There you are. That's a sleepy person there. All right, let's go on.
It is back on. It's rolling. Cameras are rolling.
Oh.
Cameras. Do you ever bass fish at night? Matthew.
What?
Bass fish at night?
Yeah, but it's not fun.
It's not fun.
It can be, but
They're shrinking. They are shrinking.
you're getting bit though.
I know.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Show the camera.
Shake them off in a minute. Oh, there it is.
Came to this lake, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it can always be like, after in the intro, you could be like, when you're showing, like, when us saying, like, we were at the lake yesterday, or however you want to put it. You can also just say, you can also just roll up the picture of yesterday in the video.
Yeah.
Because when in the intro you were saying, like, we caught some giants, but we didn't have it on record, so. And then you can just say, like, roll the picture.
Job I did of clicking it after every fish catch. It's not that hard.
Oh, there's a jump. When do you think you'll upload these videos?
That's a giant. No, it ain't. Oh. It pulled like a giant.
It seemed like a giant.
Yeah, it was through all the pads.
Trying to catch a fish. Sound like that bird.
Look. Straight this way, towards that point. That's perfect. Now I just let it go to the bottom and just drag down there and do its thing. There's a bunch of fish down there, I think.
Well, I just got a hit right here when I was reeling it in.
Oh my god. So my fault.
How do you consider yourself a pro?
I don't consider myself a pro.
I'm not, like, how do you become a pro?
Got a fish on the tour, or basically people have a hard way. It's a hard thing to define. Like C.A. Richardson's a pro. I consider him a, saltwater flats pro.
He is a pro?
CA, yeah.
Well, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. That was me and my little cousin Ethan. We went to Lake Rosseau right after Thanksgiving. He had really never bass fished before. I've taken him a couple times off the bank and stuff like that. And I took him when he was real small and he really didn't know what was going on. But now he's got the bug bad. He's fishing big time. And he got to see what bass fishing really was, Lots of lulls, a couple little flurries. And the whole time, the first 2 days, he was fishing like a little gambler burner worm with a 1/8 ounce weight. And I don't think he was feeling the bottom really good. That's one thing with beginners is you need to give them a little bit heavier weight than you would, someone who, obviously has been doing it for a while and knows exactly what they're doing. Just because when you're throwing a worm, it's real easy for a beginner to fish it too fast and pull it up off the bottom. That's another reason why I gave him the burner worm. With a burner worm and beginner fishermen, you can throw the bait out there and maybe it doesn't hit the bottom and maybe they're just slow reeling or they're just not working it quite right. The bait's still going to move through the water and that tail's still going to kick. So you kind of get like a little subsurface presentation. That's why whenever I take someone fishing that's never been fishing before or as a beginner is, really not sure what's going on, giving them like a gambler burner worm style bait and putting like a 1/4 ounce or 5/16 ounce, a little bit heavier weight than you usually throw, you're honestly going to see their catch rates go through the roof because their bait's going to stay down on the bottom. They're going to feel what's going on and they're going to get they're basically just going to get a better feel of what's going on. They're because of that lighter weight, you know, it's really hard to feel the bottom and feel the grass or the wood or the rocks or whatever you're fishing. When you give them that heavier weight, they feel more connected to the bait. And usually they fish it slower, they fish it better, and that's how they usually end up catching more fish. But if you guys like this, please subscribe. Wasn't lying this time. We're dropping the videos. We're dropping them every couple days. So stay tuned. We got a lot more stuff coming, a lot more tournament footage, a lot more fun fishing footage. We're rolling out quick, guys. So stay tuned.